Welcome back to another automation breakdown where we break down automated solutions for your business needs. I'm your host, Chris. In today's video, I will be going over how to take your Microsoft Teams and make it totally dynamic. You see, I have this SharePoint list with all of my new hires that are going to be joining my organization as of June 1st and June 8th. But I only want to send out the invites to the people that are starting tomorrow on June 1st. And so I have a Power Automate that dynamically sends out this Teams invite. And so if I double click on this Teams invite, you will see those same people, those two people that have new hire orientation for June 1st are added to this invite. And well, the contents of this are all dynamically set up. Obviously, setting up a dynamic Teams meeting goes well beyond new hire orientation. You can do this in so many other ways, but the example for today, new hire orientation. Now, if that sounds good, let me show you inside of the Microsoft list. Let's take a look at what's inside this SharePoint list. And for starters, we have the name column, the orientation date, and the work email. I've seen a lot more data security around emails and how companies limit being able to send to outside emails or outside of their company emails. So that's kind of why I limit this to work emails. If your company does not restrict sending to outside emails, lucky you. But this is why I kind of limit this to just work. And so that's how simple this really is to make. There's not a lot that goes into the SharePoint list. Obviously, you can make this a lot more complex down the line, but for simplicity's sake, now let's hop into Power Automate. On the home page of Power Automate, let's go over to Create. And here's where we have a few different options for your trigger. Today, I will be using the instant cloud flow. This will be more of a manual trigger. So that means we manually need to click play. However, you can use scheduled cloud flow. So this will be some type of cadence. Let's say you want to program it to say this Friday or every other Friday, whatever that cadence you want it to be. And then there's automated cloud flow. This can be used for other designated events, such as updating a SharePoint list with a brand new item, or maybe adding a file inside of OneDrive, whatever that cadence is for the automated cloud flow. But like I said, I'm going to be using the instant cloud flow. Now let's go ahead and give our flow a name, and I will be using the manually trigger a flow. And let's go ahead and create. Now, the first things first, let's take a look at the action of creating that Teams event. So let's click on this plus icon and search for create a Teams meeting. And underneath Microsoft Teams, you'll see create a Teams meeting. What this action needs is the subject, the body event message contents, the time zone, start time, end time, calendar ID, and then we have some more items inside the advanced parameters. So first of all, let's add in our subject, which this will be our new hire orientation. Of course, you can make this dynamic depending on how you set this up, but for this, we're just going to hard code it as new hire orientation. The body events message content. What is this and how does this look like? Well, that's going to be the message that we're going to add into the body of this invite. So this is where you can be very specific, maybe a little bit more dynamic with your approach. I'll add in something very basic like, hi team, we'll be doing new hire orientation today from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. PST. Now, if you want to be a little bit more fancy than this, the body event message content can take in basic HTML. I can be a little bit more fancy and wrap this in the body HTML, add in the break, and then put new hire orientation today in bold, as well as 9 a.m. to noon also in bold. This is one of those things you do not have to code this in HTML. You can do this very basic, but if you want that message in the invite to stand out, definitely try it in HTML. Again, it only works with basic HTML. Even for me, I am not an HTML coder, so I will take the contents, throw it into ChatGPT, Copilot, whatever that is, and have it produce it for me. So little cheat for you. The next item is the time zone. And for me, I live in California, so I got to go down all the way to Pacific Standard Time. You can, however, have this dynamic enter custom value and then again have this dynamic, whatever to your context of how you're building this. Now we're into the fun stuff, start time and end time. And to take a step back from this, I'm going to add another action right before create a Teams meeting, and I will add in a compose. We'll be using this compose more than once, so that's why I'm adding this outside of the create a Teams meeting. This will be our orientation date. For this one, I will manually enter in June 1st of 2026. Again, we will be using this June 1st, 2026 more than once. That's why I'm putting it outside of the bubble here. But let's go back into create a Teams meeting. And inside of start dates, let's go into our expressions. In order to use the orientation date, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to format the date time, go into our dynamic content, and go ahead and find our orientation date, comma, and we need to format this too inside of our single quotes, year, dash capital MM dash DD, year, month, date format. Now, all around this, we're going to concatenate and put that concatenation around our newly formatted date and comma, and we're going to add on to that by saying inside of our single quotes, capital T for time, and then our start time is going to be at 9 o'clock. So we're going to write that as 09 colon 00 colon 00, our hour, minute, second formatting. And then outside the single quotes, we will complete our parentheses. Let's go ahead and click on the add button like you were going to click the like button. And very similarly for our end time, we will go over to our expressions and we will say format our date time. This is going to, from our dynamic content, come from our orientation date, comma, and we will format the date time to year, dash capital MM dash DD, and wrap all of this with a concatenate or concat formula, comma, and we are going to concatenate T, and we're going to 12 noon. So that'll be 12 colon 00 colon 00, and end that all with the final closing parentheses. Let's go ahead and add. Now it's asking which calendar ID is this coming from? Is this your birthday calendar, your calendar, or your US holiday calendar? Well, for me, it's the US holidays. Whichever country that you're in, it will have that holiday calendar. But for me, I'm going to select the calendar. Now, inside of the advanced parameters, let's go show these advanced parameters, and there's a whole bunch that we can choose from. Is this an all-day event? Enable reminders, show as. You have all of these controls available for you, but what we are going to be using is required attendees. Now, the required attendees section needs to be each of the emails separated out by a semicolon. So let's go get all of these email addresses for new hire orientation. After the orientation date and before the create a Teams meeting, I will add in another action, and this will be our get items action. I will add in the site address and get the list name for our new hires, and I'm going to do under advanced parameters, filter query. Now, what I want to do is snag all of the new hires in our orientation date for June 1st. So I just want to make sure I snag in June 1st. Now, a quick trick that you can do is if you sort the column inside of the URL, you will see right after the field equals orientation date. This is what Microsoft List has the column name. Sometimes Microsoft Lists will have the column name different than what you see inside of the column right there. So this is the true name of the column. With all that said, inside of filter query, I will paste in the true name of the column, and I will say is equal to, inside of the single quotes, I will add in from our compose action, the orientation date. I told you we would be using that date again. I'm true to my word. Once the get items action gets all of the items that are associated with the June 1st orientation date, now we need to select all of the email addresses that are associated with that orientation date. After get items, we will add in another action, and this will be select. Under data operations, let's click on select. And the from array to select from, this will come from our get items. Let's go over to text mode and enter a valid JSON, which we will go over to our expressions. Type in item, question mark, square brackets, single quotes, and we want the contents from our work email, which again, if you sort this, go over to your URL, sort field equals work email. In this case, no spaces. I will copy this, paste that right here. Let's click on add, and we will add in one more compose. I'm going to retitle this compose to our orientation email list. And inside of the inputs, I will go over to our expressions and I will say we're going to join all of the contents, dynamic contents, scroll down to our select output, comma, and we're going to join them with, inside of a single quote, your semicolon. Again, that formatting, each of the items needs to be separated out by a semicolon. Let's click on add, go back inside our create a Teams meeting, inside require attendees, under settings, use dynamic content, and inside this dynamic content, let's go to the lightning bolt, the dynamic content, and orientation email list outputs. And that's it for the flow. Let's go ahead and click on save, and then let's go test out this flow. And as you can see, a new event just popped up on my calendar. Let's go inside of this event. Let's double click here. You see both Cassie Lang and Peter Parker are both added to this invite. And we will be doing new hire orientation. And it's bolded here, again, for the end user to have some information stand out to that person. Emphasis! And this invite is set from 9 a.m. to noon Pacific Standard Time. Boom, that is everything that we needed to do for this invite. Now we can dynamically give out new hire orientation emails to pretty much anyone that needs it. Obviously, this goes a lot further than new hire orientation. Maybe you have an all associates meeting, maybe you have some type of breakout teams meeting, whatever that is. Now you can dynamically make those meetings. You can go even further and do an apply to each so that everyone gets a unique Teams meeting. I don't think that you need 100 different Teams meetings going about all at once, but hey, to each their own. How I actually use this is Microsoft Forms can be sent to people without a company email address. So I will send them a Microsoft form. They can fill it out, including the orientation date. And then it'll be sent over. And then once they submit it over to myself, the contents are added inside of the SharePoint list, and the SharePoint list then triggers to add them to the Teams meeting. That one's a little bit more complex, having that start with Microsoft Forms, going over to my Microsoft lists, then going over to the Teams invites. But all in all, not terrible to set up. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.